So I definitely had a tendency to bombard my mind with stresses and worries for the future. Generally speaking, I'm quite a socially anxious person at times as well, and was, I suppose in that respect, looking for mindfulness as a way to tackle some of these concerns and allow me to just become more at ease with myself and with other people. So if there were two key themes to pick out from how mindfulness has impacted on me, first one would definitely be to do with appreciation. That's both appreciation for myself and for my life situation, whatever it happens to be doing at the time, whether it's particularly positive or negative. Like I said, I had a tendency to always bombard my mind with stresses and worries, as if I was substituting the present moment for this imagined reality where everything that could go wrong would go wrong. So for example, I stopped thinking about things that I didn't have, like the better paid job and the bigger house, and started thinking about things I really appreciated about my own situation, so my own life, the house I was living in, people I was spending my time with. After a few months of doing this, I realised that there is just an easier flow to life when we just accept what it's doing around us rather than always trying to challenge it to be better or to sort of improve our own situation. The second theme I would always come back to with mindfulness is a fundamental shift in my priorities in life. So like I say, I had a tendency to sort of bombard my mind a lot with stresses and worries, but after gaining this deeper appreciation for myself, I think it's really important, I think, to kind of reflect on what your priorities are in life. So whether they happen to be, whatever it is, your children, your career, wanting to travel and see the world, naturally what we find is important is going to take up most of our attention, and it's really important that those priorities are coming from within based on what you want to do with your time rather than what you might feel compelled to do by others. So in my personal experience, I started moving away from always trying to make myself better and started thinking about how my life was fitting in with the wider picture, so what I was doing, whether it was having any effect on other people or not. So as a result of that, I took up things like volunteering and tutoring and started to generally find it easier to start speaking to people. I found myself becoming naturally more interested in the lives of other people rather than just always obsessing about my own life. Another major life change for me has been to embrace veganism. So the concept of vegetarianism, veganism was pretty alien to me just over a year ago. But for me anyway, veganism kind of goes hand in hand with this idea that the world isn't just for the individual experiencer of it, it's for every living thing on the planet. I think our human capacity to experience the world sometimes gives us an illusion of centrality and importance over everything else. And through mindfulness, I've realised that it is just that, it is an illusion. And like I say, this planet is for every living thing, everything has needs and feelings, and there's no reason why we can't have all of those met together. And one final thing I'll always be thankful of mindfulness for is how it rekindled my love of philosophy. So I graduated with a degree in philosophy back in 2010, haven't really done much with it since. Kind of became caught up on the idea that it wouldn't lead to anything financially and it would always just be more of a side hobby than a way of life. But refocusing on what's important to me and what my priorities are, I now find myself reading a lot more and have recently got back into writing. And I've just decided that that's what's going to make my life fulfilling and happy, and I suppose the idea of not having much money as a result just isn't such a big obstacle to that anymore. So when I think about the term personal transformation, I think it's important not to confuse it with the need to change oneself beyond all recognition. I think there's enough in this world already in things like advertising and media that tells us that we're not good enough and that we need to change something. And I think if there is going to be a transformation, it should come from within based on the respect that you have for yourself rather than what you might feel compelled to do by other people. And in my personal experience, like I say, that's been a deeper appreciation for myself and just having the confidence to know what my priorities are in life and the fact that I'm choosing it for myself. So thanks very much for listening, everyone, and hope you enjoy the rest of the event.